Anyway, Casual Fridays here again. Episode 4, I believe. Vance, TJ, going to talk about some sneaker drops, sports, what we've been up to recently, just to catch y'all up on it. It's been a couple weeks since we did the last episode, so we can get right into it unless you got some opening statements. What you got to say, man?
It's Father's Day this weekend?
I know it's coming up. I'm not 100% sure.
The back-to-back, that's all I know.
Yeah. Shout out to fathers.
Yeah,
and the baby fathers like yourself. It's crazy.
Baby uncle, you know what I'm saying? So shout out to little big bro, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. They was missing you. He was missing you in Houston, dog. He was missing you in Houston. Listen, if you got siblings, it's the connection y'all have when y'all go outside, like, it's totally different. Like, I know me and my siblings, we had the best times when we together. If it's just one of us or maybe or with the cousins and stuff like that, it's not the same. When I'm with my siblings, we wow out the whole time. And we know what type of time we on. So.
I don't even see that with your siblings.
Yeah, we wow.
Like, everybody's person. Let me take that back. I can understand that, but it's hard for me to see that just because of all y'all's personalities just outside. But your family is actually like a super tight-knit family, so that makes sense.
Right, and we're not perfect or nothing like that, but
no, for sure.
It's so crazy, because I'm seeing it now as I'm older, that, we all very different individually, and we don't be on social media with excessive exposure showing the fam and all that, right? So you might not know if you don't know us, but when we in the family, when the family's around, my brother just graduated a couple weeks ago, the whole family was around, we was hip to hip the whole time. And my cousins, who my dad's sister, who has 5 kids as well, they was the same way.
Oh, that's like, so y'all got a little click for real. That's what's up. Oh, so
and,
y'all have a grand time when it's the whole
And whenever we together, we all intermingle and do the whole thing. But you see the siblings of each set of siblings, they all stick together. It's crazy. So going out and trying to do stuff, I gotta have with me if we going in the family. One of them, two of them, something, because it just don't feel right. So when you told me he was going to Houston, and I thought your brother was gonna be with you, just knowing when I said, oh yeah, it's about to be wild. It's about to be crazy.
I'll say this though, whenever me and my brother on family trips, whether it's like, I'll just say our siblings, because your first cousins are just like your.
They are, but it's different.
Siblings. Yeah, it is a little different.
It's a little different.
So, bro, when me and Keon be together, we be like when we went to Miami one time, like we be cool, we be kicking it, but like we still just chill, not saying too much. We be joking, but we just be me and him, we just be kicking it.
Right.
But I'll say like when we be out though, I don't know how to kind of turn it off, but I still be just having fun, but I still be in like big brother mode, like just making sure like ain't nothing going on around.
Oh yeah.
So, like we ain't never gotten to no craziness or nothing like that.
Of course not.
We had one time on his birthday. This was recent.
Yeah, I remember.
We had went out and somebody was just talking crazy.
I remember.
And it's let out, dog. So I'm like, I'm standing next to my brother. He got his lady. This is the family, but nobody's really peeping it. But I already peeped it, so I just positioned myself, and I'm just like, it might sound weird, but I started getting tears of joy because I was low key like, please. And then I was like, nah, bro, we gotta slide. We just gonna slide. But that's just me being an overprotective brother. Like, it don't matter how old we are. Like, that's just me over my siblings. It just is what it is. But nah, we just be having fun. When all of us get together, like, it didn't feel right without my brother. But at the same time, like,
it's family.
He be having stuff to handle.
Exactly, of course. And I'm not saying that because I'm sure people are closer to their cousins than they are their siblings. I just know for me and my family and the siblings.
We was cutting up though. Our family
of course.
We had a time.
Of course.
But everybody was still like, damn, we wish my brother was there too.
Yeah. That's all I'm saying. It just feel a little different. You feel a little bit more comfortable when you have one of those. I don't go out to the clubs with my sibling. That's crazy. So I don't that ain't what I'm talking about.
Y'all got, but for you, well, I'm about to say by the time they get to that age, like it's only Mike.
They ain't gonna never get there.
It's only the youngest. But everybody else, I mean, y'all could, but you don't, like, the gaps is so large for y'all.
Yeah.
Like, you probably wouldn't even have a good time with them.
Not
a good time, but you would just be more so the guy chilling, like just making sure everybody cool.
Exactly. I don't want to be in that mode. I would. Yeah. So that's not even the type of vibe I want to be. We can go when we go out to eat, when we go do certain fun activities.
That's what I be on though.
We be at amusement parks, things like that. Like, it's crazy.
Bro, That's how I would. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not a big drinker, so when we go out, you already know,
Oh,
like, you
yeah.
get sections, tables, whatever. Like, I drink a little bit, but I'm more so just a little bit more on point, just because we done had so many experiences, and I'm just like, nah, let me just
It's so
not get
crazy.
too far gone. I have fun, no doubt, but
Right.
still, I'm just like, nah, I can't even allow
So
myself to.
the last couple years, I've been kind of dibbling and dabbling in the drinking, and then like this year, I'm like, I'm not a drinker. Like, it's not even.
What's more your speed though?
I
Cause
don't
you
even.
have like tapped into like different type,
Yeah,
whether that's
I have. I'm a
alcohol,
tequila
wine.
guy, but just to be drinking casually, like I know a lot of people do, I just can't do it. Like if I ain't wasn't in the career field, I would be on the gas heavy still. You know what I'm saying? That's all I can say. That's my speed. So now that I'm stone cold sober
Right.
and just going through life, never under the influence. And then when I do tap in with the drinking, it's like it's cool. I get it, but this ain't me.
Nah,
I can't.
it
I
ain't
can't
the
really
same as
indulge.
gardening. I know.
Yeah, exactly.
But
I can't really indulge. And I was with a bunch of old heads. They was drinking from sun up to sundown. Did the same thing the next day and kept it rolling.
first of all, anybody older than you, that's a whole different era of drinking. Like, I wouldn't
Bruh,
dare on even a casual level, like, because
it's
like you
tough.
said, drinking casually, like, okay, let's just say cats go to work, come home, and I got a variety of bottles in the crib just from time to time,
Right.
I can have a glass and sip on it like for the day, but for me, I'm a productive person. So if it's one of them days where I know the next day I got to get up at 4:30,
Exactly.
go to the gym, go to
Exactly.
work, I got other things to do after work, like that alcohol gonna sit on me that next morning, even if I'm sipping.
That's what happened to me. I'm like, yo, I didn't even drink a lot. Why I feel weird? And I know the only way not to feel weird is to get back on it.
Right.
Like, and I'm like, nah, I'm just
Yeah.
stuck it out.
You gotta get
So
your tolerance up.
yeah, for sure. For
Oh
sure.
my gosh, I want to say from 22 to about 27. Oh, my tolerance was cool.
I
And
didn't even
then,
drink then. Like I was like, nah, I'm cool. I hate it.
nah, but that's what I'm saying. I realized I was never a drinker, but transitioning
Yeah.
from out of college and then going into those first few years in my early 20s, like just going out, like it was like, all right, cool, yeah, we drink, like that's just what we do. But then over time, it was just like there's a certain point that I just like to hit when I do drink. I really don't like going over that point, and that point don't take a lot to get there.
Right. That's a fact. And if you were a female and y'all drinking having fun, I'm really gonna let her do that because they seem to be A-OK and bounce right back. I can't do it.
Listen, there have been dates I've gone on where women were drinking, and they see I'm not really going that hard, and they look like everything cool. I'm like, yeah, I'm just not drinking. And then, bro, their whole vibe is a little off now.
Yeah, you can. You got to pick the glass up every now and then. You know what I'm saying? You got to do it.
Bro, I'll be like, bro, do you? I ain't tripping. Like, I'm not. Definitely not no weirdo, not about to take advantage, do nothing crazy. But I'm just like, yo, do your thing, whatever, it's cool. They just be like, well, if you're not drinking, I'm like, bro, I garden, like, I ain't tripping.
Right.
Like,
it hurts me more in the morning. Like, it's going to be cool right now. I'm going to wake up like, man, I shouldn't have did it. But we'll get it right into the weekly recap. That is crazy, though. You learn a lot when you get older.
Listen, all I know is Houston taught me Houston taught me I can't do it back to back to back.
Oh yeah.
Like going out, I got one good night with you and a half of a day of doing whatever else lit wise if we going out to a day party, a club or whatever, you get a day and a half out of me.
Exactly.
I gotta have fun, like extracurricular activities to do around getting lit. You know what I'm saying? To make it if we wanna expand the experience throughout the day.
Of course.
But if we just going out, no way. I'm no good to you.
That's not even the type of fun. Like we'll drink and have fun in the whole 9 yards, but just going to clubs and parties and like
I just figured this out, but I ain't been out in a minute either. Yeah, if I'm out and then there's a DJ switch and I hear the same songs kind of start to rotate already. If I don't hear one song maybe 2-3 times already, it's time to go.
First of all, there was a viral clip. I don't know if you've seen it.
What's that?
I think didn't you send me that? Where the chick was saying we can't play the 2010 music no more.
Oh yeah, I think I just watched some of it and just was like, yeah, I feel it and send it to you.
I didn't even. We don't even need to watch because we know exactly. Yo, that is such a true statement. Like, I'm over a lot of the songs to bro. Every time we go out,
they play this. That's because they play the same. hold on, let me put this whole thought out. They've played the same hit songs when that era has way more even hit songs to play. Not to mention because that people from that era really know, and we can vibe within a function. But we're gonna hear the same late 2010 hits.
Man, not even late 2009, 2010, 11, like, 12, 13. That era, we lived it. We was 20 something when it happened. So
also let me also say this, something I noticed, like, songs are cool, but it's not. I wasn't hearing a lot of songs that had people that had the girls getting up and dancing like they used to.
Were you saying as far as more contemporary current songs?
Yeah. Like today's music, like, don't get me wrong, like it's hot songs that are out.
Yeah, it's so we in a weird time, bro. I don't know if we just getting older, but I agree. We had specific dance songs that they made that went crazy. And sometimes they were just rap songs that translated like that. Like a lot of what, I don't know if Drake had a lot of that momentum. He was carrying a lot of that stuff, making actual rap songs into dance club songs. Mm-hmm. He was one of the guys. He had a million of them. Some of them didn't age well. Like we're never gonna listen to Hotline Bling by itself. Like there's a lot of them that we have went so crazy.
But that did transition into the club well. For how DJs spin little 30-second clip and get out. Yeah.
And there was things that were adjacent to that sound that they could play right along with it coming out at the time. Now we just live in a weird time. I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but I couldn't agree more. That it's not quite at that same frequency of music.
I always enjoy just observing women having fun.
Sure, of course.
Like, I enjoy it thoroughly, whether that's,
Yeah, what gets them moving now in the current state of hip hop? If it's Lotto and Sexy Red and the whole, that's fine.
Whoa.
That's fine.
I will say this. Because that's not even up my alley like that.
I'm cool on it.
Nah. I owe Sexy Red. Well, I won't say an apology because, again, the music's still not for me, but I do see what it do when it comes on. Sexy Red,
always seen what
Glorilla,
Glow too, yeah,
and yeah, I might have to go to Atlanta because I don't hear Lotto like that.
Me either. But no, I know this. I just know that she's in the zeitgeist, and a lot of people like her music. When I'm listening to
them two alone.
Yeah,
a nice little combo.
They go
crazy. And the DJ said, that was nice. Yeah,
I'm not taking shots, but that's not.
But it was just them too. But back to the point we were making, that's just two artists. Like it used to be, bro. Whether we going to house, we going to what was it when we would go to people's houses before we went out? Pregame when you go.
Right.
Whether it's a pregame, a house function, a club, wherever you going out, it could be 2 hours, hour and 40 minutes of straight slappers where the girls are going crazy. And then, we got our little 15, 20-minute songs worth of slow jams with the girls. But other than that, like, it's a lot more cool vibe songs. The drill music has kind of died down on the party scene a little bit. But outside of that, like, yeah, I'm more so just speaking to the music that, the girls going to automatically hear certain songs and just look around and see girls going crazy. Like, it's not like that, so to speak.
Yeah, I agree. And yeah, I definitely wasn't taking a shot at, like, Sexy Red because I'm not an old man that, this music is dumb. No, I get why it's popping.
Yeah, it goes.
I totally see the reason. That is ain't for me.
There's no reason for us to just get in the car and hit play.
And slamming Glorilla and Sexy Red? No, that's just... Even when Nicki was going crazy, I'm not doing that.
We wasn't even on that wave.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And I have the utmost respect for Nicki when it comes to rap.
Yeah, for sure. It's being a lyricist. I got the utmost respect for all of them because they've been pretty consistent. Because you think when you first hear them, you're like, are they just going to be a one-hit wonder? But they actually carrying it
Solid 10 years. 10 years.
Which is good, and shout out to them for doing it. But we're going to get right into the weekly recap. Well, not right into it. We already like 10 minutes in. So, recap the biggest sports moments, movie releases, TV premieres, major fashion drops, which we don't even, fashion drops, we really mean sneaker drops more than anything. So I'm gonna change that in the in the little briefing. This week, this past couple weeks, we finally, because we haven't dropped in a couple weeks just due to activities going on outside. This didn't make sense. We ain't really had time to do it. The finals have came. The Knicks lost to the Pacers.
Man, what
OKC beat the Timberwolves, which is just crazy. Not crazy, but it's interesting to see these two teams get to the position they get to. Tyrese Halliburton, nuts. I don't understand. I don't understand. He's didn't because a lot of people slept on him and he didn't play in the Olympics really at all. He was really what they got 12 guys. He was the 12th guy.
He got more burn than JT, but
Yeah.
he I was even questioning that, like Tyrese, like what's
me too.
What's up with Halliburton? Like, I mean,
is he that good? Is he like that?
Just like that.
And now we know, we get it. Like, yeah, he.
Bruh, every series that I've watched of the Pacers up to the finals, when Halliburton just doesn't move or they're in transition, he might have just an open look. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, they left me open, cool, or ball fake, whatever. Automatic.
Yeah, he's
like knockdown shot, automatic. Transition, contested shots, automatic. Game winners, automatic. Like he's showing up on every level of basketball at the highest level, and this can't take nothing from him.
Yeah, I like what I see.
I ain't have nothing bad to say about him either. Just like you said, I just didn't think it was like that.
Right. That's what maybe we just weren't exposed or paying attention to close enough. But he's a legit player.
I mean, but they also didn't have a whole lot of like primetime games. Of course, they wasn't promoted like that. So that's why they snuck up on us.
Yeah, exactly.
But he even said in the interview after game one when he hit the game winner, he was like, "Yeah, we started off rocky. Like we even had to get on track. So you know,
yeah, right.
Yeah, so as long as he recognizes it, like it's not just hate, but you can see why the Pacers do get the kind of opinion and picks against them when it comes to the OKC finals.
Yeah, so. yeah, and I don't know when the next game is. It might be today.
It's today, 8.
Yeah, that makes sense. The Pacers actually snuck a win in, so I don't know if you say snuck, but they got to win. OKC's the heavy favorite.
They was down, what, 14 or 20?
Yeah, it was like 20 or something like that, and they rallied back. And this has always been the thing with OKC. It's like they're a relatively young team, and keeping their composure through all the chaos, the ups and downs of what comes with winning a championship. We just hope they do. And Shea having the season that he's had, the past 2 seasons he's had, you just hope he can finish it with the championship. I'm a big fan of that whole, like, I'm just a fan of all the players, really. I'm not really a team guy. I like to see these guys succeed, bring new styles to the game and things like that. So it's dope to see.
He's definitely a new superstar. He definitely put himself up there with the new era of younger guys who
you talking about, Shea or Tyrese?
Shea and Tyrese.
Yeah.
But Shea's been that though.
Yeah, exactly.
Shea's been that.
Exactly. None of us saw what he's turned into coming, but
especially in the Clippers, like
everybody
talk about aura. Like if you look at him on the Clippers and look at him now, totally different people.
Totally different. And that's just a testament to him and
for sure. And
the coaching staff. Yeah, exactly. And the team they put around him is like, why can't? And it's the same guy who's been running it since they've been at OKC, who got Russ, Durant, and Harden. Same guy who got all these guys on this team.
Built it up the right way.
Yeah, exactly, through the draft. Now, what's interesting to me is this, will we see any more dynasties? Because this is the first time that the NBA will not have a repeat championship in like a long stretch. I forget the exact number. I think it's a lot of teams that could, but somehow, some way, an injury here, injury there, it changes the whole trajectory of what they actually turn into.
I'm gonna be real with you. I'm gonna say no, and I say no because
and the salary cap as well, not just the injuries, the salary cap, because they're gonna have to. OKC gonna have to pay. They can't pay all these guys.
Just like the first go round.
Right.
But the reason why I say no to that is because one, OG about to graduate. OG about to retire. Another 2 seasons, maybe 3. We'll see. But LeBron's been dominant for so long that as far as Shaq and Kobe's big threes in Boston, big 3 in Miami, like other Golden State, like other teams trying to form. Like I don't think we'll have players like that anymore after this era is done.
I don't think that we are, mainly because of the salary cap, and it's like an intentional thing.
But these players are extremely athletic, but nobody is single-handedly dominant.
Right.
Across the board from what I'm seeing.
Most of
Like JT got JB. I don't think they have the same type of success as a team without one of those two.
I see what you're saying.
Who else is a really good team? We're seeing it in Orlando. How you say my man last name from
Ben Carroll? Paulo Banchero?
Paulo, yeah. Like he definitely can't do it by himself.
Oh no. And he's good, bro.
A1. Donovan Mitchell. A1. Team hopping, not in a bad way, but
No, he had to do.
It's not enough.
No, it's not. I agree. I feel like
Everybody's too good.
Yeah. There's a balance.
Jokic is never listen.
There's a balance. They broke his team up. They when you get rid of some of those X factors on your team, like Contavious Caldwell Pope, and there's another one.
Runners and finishers, and a
defenders,
and a solid point guard.
Right. When you split that team up just over money, because you don't want to go on the aprons or whatever you call
Lakers
it.
in 2020.
Dude, if you every year, Giannis, you would come on, how does Giannis and Jokic not have more than one championship?
Okay, let's look at Giannis.
And these are historic players.
Giannis got to the finals. It really wasn't hard.
No.
Not
Phoenix.
He had a easier path than other teams have had to get their rings. Let me say that.
Yeah.
The burst the league is not easy, but
not at all.
Just look at a person like Giannis by definition and on paper of who and how he looks.
Right.
Kind of cake, right? You would think.
Yeah.
Nah. And smelled it since he got it.
Exactly.
And he went and got Dame, and low key Dame was on the back end, but they tried to super team it up just a little bit. That era is done.
Yeah, I agree.
It's done.
I think it's done.
I think we're gonna get back to seeing, especially after seeing these East Finals series.
Yeah.
From all the teams across the board, but mainly looking at the Pacers, looking at the Knicks, even though the Knicks had to adjust their game to to me, how the Pacers was playing because it was fast and everybody got to touch the ball and be able to contribute. That's the basketball I wanted to see.
Yeah,
I don't want to see no more James Harden basketball. No more one-on-one, no more ISOs.
I agree.
Y'all, shout out to James because
first
of all,
that ain't no shot.
He took the bar of just being able to get a bucket and his presence on the court to a whole new level.
Yeah, he's just not winning back like Kobe said.
He's one of the reasons that we have a Shy or a few other type of players. You know what I'm saying? But like you said, Kobe already told us that wasn't going to get you too far late in the playoffs.
Right.
So I'm saying that to say, from what I watched across the playoffs this year, but we're getting back to just regular, organized, playing ball the right way.
Yeah, team
and the
basketball.
stars find a way to shine above that when the time shows for it, i.e. Hallie.
Brunson too, but they get a little Brunson reliant to where it don't get distributed. Brunson is crazy.
He's going up getting 30 plus, like minimum. Like you see, he kind of in like a early AI kind of way. Like he's working for them buckets that he's getting, and it's amazing to see. But he's definitely working for them buckets.
Oh yeah.
Halliburton over there, bro.
It's a little
he might have 15. He might have 18.
And he distributing a lot.
And them assists going up. Yeah. He's gonna rebound. They playing D. And everybody low key got some sort of bag to contribute to scoring the bucket.
They got a solid team, bro. It's crazy.
Not just sitting in the corner, knock the three down. If we can't score, if one person can't score in 20 seconds on the shot clock, we'll just kick it.
Yeah, right.
Like I don't want to see that in the playoffs.
Right.
So, bro, Pacers, shout out to y'all.
Yeah, they doing their thing.
I can't even call it. I really don't care. I'm gonna keep it a buck. I don't care because it ain't my Lakers.
Yeah, exactly.
It's great. It's great basketball. I don't know who's gonna win. I'm
gonna assume OKC, but if
I'm gonna go for the underdog in this one, but I did over talk last week. I said I called it for Minnesota. I was rooting for Minnesota, and then I said SGA was gonna win, but I meant to say Anthony Edwards is gonna win, but he's at the crib.
Yeah, they just don't have it, bro.
But I'm taking Indy. I'm gonna take Indy just because they don't die, bro.
And I wouldn't be surprised, and I'm not gonna be surprised if OKC hits another gear because they have so many players. It would be a crime for the amount of talent and how deep they are for them not to win a championship because they're going to have to pay. It's not going to last forever. So hopefully, whoever wins, let the best team win. I have no.
It's going to be great basketball. Like I'm seeing great basketball, so that's why I say I really don't care.
For sure. And
I wish I knew how to bet on games though, but
bro, I
don't trust them. I don't trust none of them.
I don't even want to go get in that rabbit hole because you're probably going to get so overconfident that you're probably, you'll win a few and then you'll lose way more. So that's why I'm just I'm not going to do it. I ain't
Imagine if you could bet on sports back in like the late 2000s, like when Kobe was playing Boston in the finals and all that. But you remember that last ring Kobe got against against Boston, Game 7? Played horrible.
Oh, yeah.
Scoring-wise.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
He did a bunch of other things to help us win, but I'm thinking from a betting sense.
Right.
Bro, people would have been so pissed that game, man.
Oh yeah. It's so many of those in the history books. I think that's all the basketball news that I can think of at the moment. Aaron Rodgers to the Steelers finally happened. Now, The Steelers have a good roster, and they're really just missing the quarterback. But I don't know if this is the right move. Aaron Rodgers is. If this was Aaron Rodgers maybe like 5 years ago, then it'd be like, oh yeah, they working with something. Can he hold up? Can he get through the lows of what potentially is? Because they have a crazy division. They got the Ravens and the Bengals in a division.
That's a tough schedule.
Are you going to? I'm going to say they're not going to be better than those teams off the rip. I'm just going to say, Aaron, is he better? Who was the quarterback last year?
Fields and
Russ.
Russ.
Is he that much better than those two? I don't think so at this point.
He might be a little bit better than Justin. Like,
of course, I'm saying Russ. I don't think, and Russ
is still solid to me.
Yeah, but he has his moments. And I think Aaron is the same way. They have their moments. I don't think that it's going to be that much of an upgrade. We'll see. And that might sound blasphemous because of historically who they are.
For that point that you're making, like they just have to have I won't even say more veteran type of players around them as far as skill players. I think they just need guys who aren't 1 to 3 year guys.
Yeah, I agree. That would
like
be
they gotta
ideal.
they need people who can get on the page quick, like not rookies who kind of like how Steve Smith was when he got Cam, and it was a little just frustration. Like, bro, no, we gotta hurry up and get on board.
Absolutely.
But at the same time, like if I'm a player and we get Aaron, I'm low key like, hey, bro, I hope you coming to work.
Yeah, and people they make a lot of noise about the off the field stuff. I'm not even worried about that. I just want to know can he be there week in and week out health wise, and is he going to be locked in?
I was about to say mentally, is he going to be okay?
Exactly.
You saw how he checked out last year.
What you do in your private time, that's fine. If you want to do shrooms and ayahuasca, I'm not going to judge you. I know a lot of sports people feel some type of way about that. That's not my thing. I just hope that I hate to see our legends go out bad. Like, bro, you should just retire. Stop doing this to yourself. Stop making us watch you and look at you a different way. So hopefully that happens. Saquon to cover Madden. I think that's pretty cool. I think it's dope that
that moment.
Yeah, that was
and that's a cover moment.
Exactly, absolutely. They recreated the 360 because it wasn't from the game. He went there and did it. And
I thought it was at first until they put that clip out.
I was like, oh, that's dope. That's dope how they did that. That's dope how they did. I feel like that's how you get the perfect graphic to put on the game.
That's like, to me, that's like the fun side of it when you make it, bro. Like doing stuff like that, like recreating. He's in the harness, just playing. Like, bro, like, cause a lot of guys talk about some of the downsides of being in the league, like obligations off the field.
Yeah, no, it's dope.
For
these guys play Madden too.
Of course, bro. I didn't know his name. I just seen this today. But number 3, I think he's a safety. He plays for the Rams, but he's on the Madden commercial where they got Saquon running and they're playing the Rams, and he broke him off. So he's in the trailer getting broke off by Saquon. And he tweeted like, "Nah, I'm not playing Madden this year after how they did."
Oh, that's hilarious.
It's hilarious, but you know what I'm saying? Like, just the way they're interacting with the game. Shoot, live 2K, not live.
It's
2K,
a part of the
like
culture.
2K and NBA players, like that.
When you see LeBron with his feet kicked up over I forget what documentary, maybe the Olympic documentary, playing Madden for hours, it's like, this is a cultural thing for everybody to experience.
When Savannah
Madden.
posted that video of him at the crib playing the game, she was like, so you've been gone all this time and you on the video game. He's like, listen.
Gotta do it. Listen, we all know the feeling. It's like you have it in your mind.
Gotta touch.
Way before you get home.
Gotta touch.
Old lady might be like, she look at you crazy every time, but you like, I just need like a game and a half, 2 games. I'm cool. You know what I'm saying? So it's funny to see that. But the Madden experience is a cultural thing. So to see Saquon, with running backs, we all know the shelf life isn't long. I think Saquon, of course, he's an exception. If he plays, he's able to play. Exactly, of course. If they're able to play with an adequate time, they'll be in the Hall of Fame. They're generational talents. They don't come around as often. So give them their flowers as much as possible. You always want to do that. So I think it's a dope thing. My only issue is Madden has no competitors, so they're really complacent with the gameplay and all that. I just wish it was a little bit better. And if you go watch these video game reviewers talk about it, they also all say the same thing.
Same thing about 2K.
Right. Exactly. It's matter of fact, it's the same thing with most of these sports games. They're all locked up with one particular
company.
Exactly. Development company. So, and we can get into some music. Wayne dropped we got to put this in context. Wayne is one of our favorite rappers. And let me just speak for myself. One of my favorite rappers, maybe my favorite rapper of all time. What he did during his run after Cash Money, when he was young Wayne, probably about 2004, I believe he made it. He dropped the Carter 2. From that point to about 2010, so 6 years. We've never seen a run like that for somebody feature wise, album wise, to bring two artists up and put them on a trajectory that essentially all Hall of Famers. Let's just use that for context. It was crazy the run Wayne had. And for about 2010, I want to say the Dedication 3, the lyrics took a drastic change.
Dedication 3, Sorry for the Wait.
Sorry for the Wait. They
No
took
Feelings.
Yeah. And some of those projects were still fairly solid, but the big drastic change was he talked about it was more women centric.
Oh yeah.
Let's just put it that way. And
so vulgar.
Yeah, it's extreme high crazy metaphors with a lot of women material, which ain't a bad thing per se. But when it's so overt and so crazy compared to what you did prior to that for 6 years, it's it disappointed me. And from 2010 till now, I've kind of, Wayne been hit or miss. He's still very, very talented. He has a lot of great features, by the way, still, because he's on, modern, contemporary artist beats who ears is a little different than his.
Right.
So, the Carter series in general is a somewhat highly regarded series for Wayne, and he dropped the most recent project. For me, wasn't a song on there I liked. I'm gonna be honest. And I went to comments.
Oh, we gotta pull the track list up.
Yeah, and I went to the comments on his page.
Oh yeah, what they say?
You need to redo this album.
Cool.
Not good. That was the theme of all the comments, essentially. And I'm like, cool, because we had a conversation after we listened to it, and we said the same thing. So it's unfortunate because I think that music you don't necessarily age out of. You can always do it.
Right.
Because it's not like it is a young man's game, but your vocal cords still work. It's not like they're gonna die out. You feel me? So you can always do it. There's always people gonna be willing to work with you. And yeah, I think I'm ready. If Joe Budden went viral for what he said too. I don't know
about getting back into rap.
No, about Wayne's album.
Oh, what he said? I didn't even see it. What he said?
Well, we all said.
Oh, okay, cool. Listen, I seen people talking about. I tried my best to ignore it on Friday because I was at work.
Wait. What's your, before you get to that point? I ain't trying to cut your thought. You got to let them know how you feel about Wayne. I don't know.
Oh yeah, for sure. Okay, so first and foremost,
because we ain't just gonna down him. You feel me?
Been knew about Wayne since Block is Hot. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, of course.
As a kid, you know what I mean. But growing up in a religious household like mine, I didn't, especially when I moved to this side, like the second semester of high school.
Yeah.
Like my parents was like cracking down on like what I was listening to. So,
right.
But coming from California, like I kind of had an iPod and some CDs already. So they let me keep what I already had, but for the most part, they wasn't with it.
Right.
So I missed Carter 2 wave, but I'm seeing the effects of it through high school, like,
yeah, of course.
Because TJ and all them was just
of course crazy.
Huge Wayne head, yeah,
crazy.
Back then, yeah, for sure. So I'm not really aware. I don't know Wayne like that. I just know some songs, but I don't know who the artist is.
Right.
So I want to say going into senior year, which was 07 to 08 for us, even though we graduated in 09, but like that year when Carter 3 dropped, but we also had we had Dedication 2. I want to say
that came out.
And then we just had Feature. We had Feature Wayne. That was
that was the feature heavy.
So that's when I was able to really finally tap in, because at that point, we getting burnt CDs before our games and all that. So I'm fully tapped in.
Yeah.
The appreciation that I have for Lil Wayne when it comes to what he contributed to hip hop, it's indescribable, because I used to, T.I. was another one of my favorite rappers, who's very lyrical, especially with like just whether it's dropping a certain bar a certain way or just how he chooses to rap intellectually at times, like not even trying to rap smart, but just using certain words and how he just chose to rhyme and everything like that. Like Wayne, to me, Wayne is one of the pioneers of elevating that, because that's always been an element in rap, but the way he elevated it to where we had our cousins, you know, our Caucasian people breaking down how crazy Real G's moving silence like lasagna bar is, and having to explain that to their peers, like come on, bro, what are we talking about? Like Wayne had, it was Wayne and who else was it? We was talking about babies, like rap babies, like everybody in rap is either a Wayne baby or a Kanye baby, but for the most part, the most visible were Wayne babies. Yeah. Everybody was wearing their hair like Wayne. Everybody was getting tatted up like Wayne. And this is when people were already starting to get tatted through Wiz, and he's also a part of it, somewhat of this era
right
too.
At the end. He about 2010.
But Wayne was on it first, but nobody was really. I take that back. People were getting tatted a lot, but when Wiz actually really came, that's when tattoos kind of went up, because that was
he took it to another level.
Snapbacks and tattoos eras too.
He took it to a whole nother level.
But Wayne was definitely, I'll say, at the peak. I mean, not at the peak. He was at the start of that domino effect.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But and the face tattoos. And the
Absolutely,
face tattoos.
He the most influential.
He was a major impact on people getting face tattoos in those mid 2000s going on
to today.
Yeah, facts. So to me, Wayne is one of my favorites because, like, pause, but you could feel Wayne wherever you went. The fact that he's on all songs, all genres across the radio, no matter what radio you turn on, you're gonna hear a Wayne verse from 05 to 10. Like don't matter what's going on. So just understanding, as far as rap, who he really was, like I was automatically locked in. And then on top of that, as he continued to get better from the Dedication 2 series all the way up until we'll just say No Ceilings. That was probably the peak of Wayne. Because that came after jail, right?
No, that was right before he went in.
Okay, yep, right before
he went in, yeah.
So yeah, up to that point, like it was Wayne or nothing. Like we listened to everybody, but everybody knew for the most part. Just like when Kobe when Kobe established himself as who he was, we still got LeBron coming up and everybody's trying to question it. But hands down, no doubt, everybody's gonna tell you Kobe's the best. Right. Lil Wayne is the best. Right. So that's let's just put that clear on my profile for me. Like Wayne is that dude, because everybody that I listen to, well, not that I listen to as in like who I pull up now, but anybody that I hear, see, do anything music related when it comes to rap, all the lils, all the swag with the locks, everything is Wayne. I don't want to hear the auto tune. Yeah, T-Pain had his thing, but the way Wayne did the auto, come on, like we not about to discredit this man at all for
not at
all the variations of the impacts that he's had on hip hop. So yeah.
Yeah.
Now, transitioning to the Carter album.
Yeah. This is Carter 6, right?
Carter 6.
Yeah.
Carter 2 may be the best to some. Carter 3 is just one of my favorites.
I think that's peak.
Man.
I think that's peak for sure.
Like that, to me, the Carter 3 is the completion of Lil Wayne as an artist.
Yeah.
Like he got better from there, but that's when we started getting Wayne, a little bit of commercial Wayne that we hear. Like Wayne always has like some famous white rock singer on a song.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's gonna play him in the malls and everything like that.
Absolutely.
Then we got auto-tune Wayne that he mastered. So for example, like Lollipop or like Prostitute, like that type of vibe. Like he'll stay in that bag. Yeah. Now on this album, he has songs that are hip hoppy. Right. You know what I'm saying? But to me, I think that's the first time he gave us like, I'm a rapper rapping on some boom bap type of, you know what I mean? Yeah. Like type of vibes. Like the beat wasn't crazy, but as I'm listening to it, I'm like, oh yeah, so you in New York on some like I'm just a rapper type of time. Like that's what I got from this album as well. Because what I've been telling people, Carter 6 is just a compilation of Wayne. Right. Of all parts of Lil Wayne as a rapper, that's what it is. My reviews of the album is just simply this. Wayne is still a GOAT at rapping.
For sure.
But his beat selections were so bad,
exactly.
I didn't have the capacity to want to mentally tap into the lyrics. Right. Usually it's the beats are so crazy, I have to go back and then listen to Wayne because I can't get over what I'm hearing. Right. Then when I actually lock in on what Wayne is saying, excuse me, that's when I'm going to a whole nother stratosphere of what's
Absolutely.
going on in my head.
Absolutely.
Then after you listen to it, because it's just, whatever he's rapping just sounds good, then you really got to go all the way back one more time and really lock in on the lyrics.
Yeah.
Because something don't went over your head, or he just said something. So, what song was it, man? And by the way, just to piggyback off what you said, I only favorited 2 songs off this whole album.
Right.
But my favorite song is Written History.
Okay.
Loki's theme was my second song that I liked,
Right.
just because of the transition of the beats. Kind of like how Uzi did one song on his album. That was cool. But I want to say Bells, maybe. Bells was a good rapping song. It's the 3rd song on the album. But again, I found myself 1 through 6, I probably forced myself to be like, all right, let's really see what direction he's trying to go in with the music. After I got to 6, and then I started listening to some songs, I started skipping halfway through the songs.
I couldn't agree
I've
more.
I've never hit skip on a Wayne album. Ever.
Right.
On the first listen.
Listen, I got to be honest. I'm gonna build on what you said. And I'm gonna go back a little bit. The beats alone for me on any artist is most important. The lyrics mean
It wasn't
nothing.
even pleasing sonically.
The lyrics mean nothing if the beat doesn't pull me in. This is the problem I have with Nas, and a lot of people have this opinion. His beats are just not good.
That's the first person who came to my mind. I'm like, is that what people feel like when they listen to Nas? That's what it feels like? And we know Nas is great. I'm just saying.
Of course, his first album obviously was his peak, and he would just have moments after that. His beat selection for me is so offensive. It's like and people love Nas and say they differ from that opinion, but for me, it's just I can't even get to the lyrics because the beats are so bad. And this is what I felt with Wayne. I was like, and this ain't, like I said, I got to be honest. It's not just this album. Carter 3 was the peak. Everything up until
you didn't like 5.
Everything up to 2010. I believe Carter 4 came out after 2010, maybe. No, maybe that was Carter 5.
No, Carter 4 came out after he got out of jail.
Look, let's just look it up. Let's get right into it. I don't know if whoever gets it faster. When did Carter 4 come out? Carter 4
2018.
2018.
No, that's 5.
No, that's that can't be right. Oh yeah, you got the music on the phone.
Carter 4 came out 2011.
2011, right.
Free Weezy album was the best.
What was
let
the
me come back
songs
to
on
that.
there?
Blunt Blowing, Fire. Mega Man, Fire. 6 foot 7, Fire. Nightmares at the Bottom, Fire. She Will, Fire. How to Hate, Fire.
Matter of fact,
Fire. Abortion, Fire. So Special, Fire. How to Love, Radio Hit, Fire.
I agree.
President Carter was cool. It's Good, Fire. I Like the View, Fire. Mirror with Bruno, that's another radio pop song, but you know, it was what it was. I ain't mad at it.
So this came out 2011, you said?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So that's right. This is the cutoff for me. That album, a lot of those songs we liked. A lot of them. But from that, the Free Weezy album was dope. And when did that come out? That was
2015. That was when he was beefing with Baby.
Right. Which was another solid project. But there was definitely a decline. And not saying that the music wasn't dope. So I'm gonna say 2015. So 2010 probably peaked at everything. By 2015, I was like, all right, I'm still fooling with Wayne. But from 2015 to 2025, so the last 10 years, most of the stuff that he's put out on a totality level, not just individual songs.
Features, everything, mixtapes, everything.
Haven't loved it, and I'm just gonna be honest. Not my favorite Wayne. I've kind of been on the out with him. He'll drop stuff that I like, but most of it I don't like, which is just, it is what it is. And this project is just even more. It's just like another step down to me. And I've seen everybody say the same thing, and Wayne is one of our ghosts, but it's just crazy because this is one of our favorite artists, and it's like, damn, this he's at that point. He's Kobe after the Achilles at this point. When you put up the 60, he put up 60.
Yeah, I was to say he's rapping good, but
that's not the Kobe I want to see.
First of all, I'm gonna keep it honest. Some of these songs I was listening to, even when I was able to get past whatever the beat was, and focus on the lyrics.
Right.
There wasn't one time where I was like, Bro, this is weak, bro. It's like he can't even rap. Bro, he's rapping phenomenally.
Absolutely.
But I'm just like, Wayne, it ain't clicking, dog.
No, it's not.
I don't know what it is. I don't know why. And I hear you doing this at a very high level.
For sure.
But it's like I don't know if it's the subject matter. Because I'm hearing the rapping. I'm saying the rapping is high level, but I'm saying that because I'm hearing the metaphors. I'm hearing the punchlines. I'm hearing everything that he's doing that makes a person who enjoys rap be like, oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, I'm tapping out. And it's a few different, and it's younger artists that haven't even had the success Wayne had, like Lil Uzi Vert, which I hate. It just kills me to say. I have the same feeling. The last album he just dropped, I was like, well, you could have kept this. Like this wasn't. And then we're gonna make this about Wayne, but it's that's a compliment to Wayne because he had a very extensive, long run.
Yeah, and I'm about to say, I'm pretty sure after a while it gets hard. Andre 3000 has spoke on this a couple times.
What else you gonna rap about? Yo, I heard him say Topanga in another song. It's like, dog, I done heard Wayne say Topanga and reference Topanga so many times. It's insane. I get the Andre 3000 thing. Like, but the crazy part is you'll hear Wayne on a feature in 2025 and be like, oh, that was hot. That was crazy. But it's not his beat.
There's a subject to go along.
See, that's the crazy thing. So
I don't even want to sound like I'm just going in on my dog.
No, I feel like we're keeping it respectful. I feel like we're definitely keeping it respectful. So we huge Wayne fans, but this,
I think he needs somebody.
He's a legacy artist now.
But I think he needs some new young talent around him to charge him up. Like maybe he signed somebody, but like for example, I don't know if you remember when Lil Durk and Lil Baby was locked in real tight for like a year and a half or so.
Yeah, that was like a 2 year.
Like they put out the joint project, but then they were both going so crazy. They did a song with Meek, and I think Meek said they did a few songs with him, and Meek put out some songs around the time they was popping, and Meek's songs was fire. Like he was really like I'm really like, oh, I'm playing this Meek. Like I ain't pulled up Meek in a minute. Meek, I seen an interview where he was like, nah, like I got in the studio with Baby and Durk, and but they was just so they energy and just how they was in the studio just got me, and I just like I think Wayne needs that.
I don't know if I feel like he's too far gone even for that. I feel like he's only going to have moments, but I agree. He put out an album, Rich the Kid, who isn't
never tapped in. I never tapped in.
They call him Rich the Mid, and I would have to agree.
Wasn't that your man a few years back?
Never.
Oh, I meant that seriously because you been listening to younger cats more than me.
First of all, Rich the Kid is our age. Let's get that clear. He came.
I might be. Is that Plug Walk? Rich the Kid?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. He might be within our brothers' ages. Like he might be within 30 and 32.
3 to 5?
Yeah, somewhere in there, maybe. But I want to say he's our age. He did a lot of work with the Migos when they first came out. So, not when they first came out, but when they was on their mixtape runs and all that type of stuff. So that was his era. He did a whole project with him. Never heard one song. It fell on deaf ears for the most part. So we're just saying. This is not a great album, unfortunately. Wayne is a legacy artist, 100%. He doesn't have to put out no more music for his legacy to go up or down. Nothing he can do at this point, unless it was something outside of rap to really take away from his career. So I just hope Wayne just sticks to features. That's all I can say.
I feel you on that.
So yeah, we'll get right into kicks of the week. We'll talk about either new drops or I'm trying to think what future drops and new drops is basically what we're talking about. So this week we got the Ferrari 14s. They were kind of a thing back in the day when they originally dropped.
Those are classics to me.
Yeah, and they're not OG. These aren't OG colorways, but when they dropped in an era where a lot of hype was around J's. I like the shoe. It's not something I feel like I would rock though. They look pretty cool. They still do look pretty cool. And I hear some people saying they like them, some people saying they don't like them. For me, I thought it was pretty cool. We have Tyrese Puman, the Tyrese Halliburton first original
That's what I meant to talk
shoe.
about when we were talking about the finals. Yeah.
Yes. Oh yeah. Salhe.
Because he played in them. The first game one, he played in them.
Yeah. Salhe designed the all pink shoe. They're a different take on them. Salhe is just an animal. He's
sure.
putting his fingerprint all on the sneaker game and the sneaker culture, fashion world, the whole 9 yards is crazy. I'm glad he's getting to. We've never seen designers have so much. Black designers have so much influence, work with different brands, and leave their fingerprint literally. I do like the shoe. I think it's dope. I think the colorways to come will be pretty cool. It's a low top shoe. Salhe, what he'll do is he'll post on his story about what fans ask questions, and he'll have a Q&A essentially, and he'll go back and forth with fans. And people were like, why did you design a low top shoe? I'm like,
I was thinking the same thing just in general.
Everybody pretty much plays in low tops at this point. I'm sure Tyrese had an idea of what he wanted as well. I'm sure it's not just Salhe, but the shoe was dope. I liked it. I saw a lot of positive feedback about what people thought about it. So
he brought him to his press conference after the game and sat him on the table. I thought that was dope.
Yeah, that was hilarious.
That was a great plug too.
Like, for sure.
Just your intro shoe for if you're the person who designed the shoe and how the type of game Halliburton had.
Exactly. That's
great promo.
Hell of an opening.
Great promo.
Hell of an opening. So yeah, Salhe doing his thing. Yeah, where happened to the note? Okay. Joe Freshgoods had a collab. Well, this is his brand collabing with New Balance. So everything is his brand, and he's coming out with New Balance is pretty much making the shoe for him. I guess you could say that's the factory for him.
Yeah, but that's his version of a Croc, right?
Yeah, not even a Croc. The Rejuvenates. Yeah, it's the Croc Rejuvenate-ish type of vibe, which is crazy because it's like taking over the world. It's not necessarily a Croc in the traditional sense. Croc has different variations, like the Echo Croc, which I ordered them and they just didn't fit right. I would have had them. Crazy.
Man,
I like them.
I'm about to.
But Joe Freshgood, what you think? Was it a dope design?
I like
you're not even. I haven't seen you with that style of shoe.
Listen. I'm being bullied into getting a pair.
Why you say that?
Some sort of Croc. I'm getting bullied.
Oh yeah.
Into getting some sort of like slip-on shoe right now because she's like, every time we do something, you don't have no slip-on, like no get up and go. Well, first of all, Miles has my slides. Like, had them since January. I don't know what.
What slides are they?
They're just some Nike slides.
Oh.
I'm just like, yeah, I got a pair, but my cousin got them. But outside of that, she's just like, nah.
Yeah, you gotta. So, I got a gang on.
Nah, I fool with the Salhe ones. Even these camo ones is about to come out right here.
Yeah, that's my design. I will never rock another Croc because of those. Yeah, because the regular Crocs look totally different than this. What Salhe did?
I don't like the style of the regular Crocs.
Exactly, general, like, horrible. I hate them. And I was a fan for the comfort reasons, but I have a few pair, and I want some more pair. The resale prices is kind of crazy, but the camo, that's
85 ain't bad either if I can get my hands on it.
Retail?
Yeah, no.
Resale?
Two?
Depending. No.
Like 150?
No. Hell no. It just depends. Certain colorways, yeah, they go for like 500. Certain colorways, because he had the opening Salhe Croc was exclusives. They came with a certain type of box. Really only celebrities got their hands on them. Like LeBron, I remember he was one of the first athletes to wear them. Them ones that he had, LeBron, $450. Like, they're like $400. Crazy. And they do retail for $80. So that means they probably getting made for $20, $10.
No, of course, yeah.
So $400 resale, crazy. And he got a whole bunch of them that go, like he has a litany of colorways.
Nah, I'll definitely touch a pair of these. I ain't mad at them. And I do need a pair just to get up and go, but I'm not like giving them Crocs, bro.
I agree. That's dead.
But the Joe Freshgoods joints, I'll rock them too. I'll rock that with a fit. I ain't even gonna hold you.
Exactly. I'll rock these with a fit. These just ain't the ones.
I was about to say them too.
I'll rock those with a fit, to be honest with you. You just gotta see.
When Kanye came out with the foam runners, and I started seeing a few people just trying to put it on with something, I was like, I'm not mad at them.
At all. No. Yo, I watched the interview with Salhe, and they asked him about the Kanye foam runners because of what he did with the Croc. Mm-hmm. He said, not my steez. Like, I see why people like them, but I can't like them.
Exactly. And that's verbatim what I said when we first seen them.
And I wanted the all red pair. And then I was like, there's so many other different variations of this style of shoe that I just like more. It's more appealing to me.
The foam runner looks like a Grinch foot. Yeah. If that makes sense. And like Kanye as
he did his thing. I'm not mad at him.
As talented as he is, like I said, I didn't dislike them. They just weren't for me.
No.
You know what I mean? But
And
I
they
seen people freak them though.
Yeah, bruh. You can freak anything. Like, no Diddy. Like, you can freak anything as far as sneakers go. I rock my Salehis with outfits. You're tripping. Now, regular Crocs, you're wilding.
Nah, yeah,
You're
for
definitely
sure.
wilding.
For sure.
So yeah, the Joe Freshgoods joints, I think that I like them. I'm curious to see what other colorways he puts together.
I'm gonna try to grab me a pair of just something from Joe by the end of the year.
Me too.
I gotta
I want to support that, bro.
for sure.
Even
if I gotta go on X.
Yeah, of course. Then we got the University Blue 14s. I don't know if you saw those. They dropping the all black Carolina blue. Not dropping.
Oh, the 14s.
Yeah.
White powder blue touch.
No, the black ones, all black.
Oh,
with the university, like the 12
yeah,
you had.
Yeah, I remember those. Those are cool.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is, like, unless it's like the Laneys, the blue Laneys,
Those
the
are the
red
best
Laneys,
ones,
the
obviously.
Ferraris.
The Laneys are definitely the best. The goats.
Are there any other solid color ones?
Solid color.
That aren't like the
playoffs.
regular material of like the white base or even like the playoff base colors.
Yeah.
Like, are there any other colors that are like the Ferrari types or
I don't think so.
Okay,
I don't
yeah.
think so.
I like that. I like those types of 14s over the original 14s. Like, I remember
I'm not mad at it.
The white and green ones came out when we was in 10th grade. Like,
yeah.
14s is a cool looking shoe. I just don't
is.
know why I don't like it with the white base color.
Right. No, I'm with you. Yeah. The black ones, the black new.
But the black ones are cool.
With the Carolina blue, yeah, they're literally like the 12s. They got the new material.
I still put them with the white base. I don't know why, but
no, I get you.
It's still to me a game changing silhouette. I can only
100%.
imagine, bro. Like
100%,
through
bro.
the Jordan era of basketball, like when his shoes come out.
Yeah.
One, back then they were considered expensive for the times and how money was, but just in general, like just for you to see, like, because as you go back in time, you see how shoes are being made, not that fashionable. Nike's doing their thing for that time. That's when they really started to pop in the basketball world. But
Jordan just propelled them to
like,
another level. No, man, I feel like it didn't start with Jordan because the ones came out in '85.
Bro, they were
Sneakers
playing.
wasn't that crazy.
I was about to say, you playing in Air Forces, you playing in Converses, you're playing in Chucks.
No, Mike definitely changed the game.
Like,
no question.
Those silhouettes and
no question.
Listening to Reggie Miller on All the Smoke saying like, bro, nobody was really allowed to wear Jordans.
Exactly.
Like, he played in a pair of Jordans to like mock Jordan, and he got a call talking about, yeah, nah, you can't do that. Like,
yeah, that's
what?
crazy. Yeah. It was a totally different league.
Speaking of, his PEs used to go crazy.
Reggie?
Yes.
Yeah.
To me, PG, not PG, Reggie and Ray Allen got the best PEs when it comes to Team Jordan. That's just me.
I don't remember Reggie being. Is he Team Jordan?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't remember that, but first, yeah. There's a lot of guys.
I found out he was Team Jordan through the interview, but I remember back in the day, he was always hooping in Jordans on the back end of the career. So that's when as we learned about people being signed to shoe companies, that's when I realized, oh, okay, he's a Jordan athlete.
Yeah.
But that was rare. I think he might have been the first one.
That's interesting. Then we got the Kobe ones. They didn't show us a whole different. They didn't show us the purple ones, the white ones, the tan and navy blue ones. You ain't seen all of them?
That came out? I mean, like they said about the drop?
Releasing. Yeah.
Nah.
The Kobe one, I sent you the purple.
Oh, the Air Forces. No. I thought you was talking about Jordan ones. No.
The Kobe Air Force ones.
Man, listen.
Crazy. Every time.
As much as disgusting as it is, Nike, I'm here for any Mamba paraphernalia. I'm here. I am here. I may not be able to grab it. Mark my words. Throughout my lifetime, I'm going to get my hands on a pair of
the Forces. Are you talking about the Forces specifically?
When it comes to Kobe shoes, I'm gonna get my hands on some Kobe questions, white and purple toes, white and yellow toes. I'm gonna get my hands on the Kobe 3s. I mean, not the Kobe 3s, the Kobe 8s that he wore. That are, I want to say, a black base with purple and gold touches, and then I'm also gonna get a pair of the 7s.
Okay.
That he had. I need all 4 of those in Laker colorways that he wore. Gotta have them. Gotta have them. But anything else that they put out, the Forces are fire.
Crazy.
I'm not a big fan of the snake print, but it is what it is. I know that's what comes with him being a Mamba. So
Forces are so ubiquitous and oversaturated that everything changes them for me.
I think the best Kobe Forces are the all white with the gold Nike check.
Them hard. I haven't seen one I didn't like. I don't love the navy and tan ones though. I'm not sure what that colorway inspiration is, but outside of that, the solid colors and the white, crazy. I can't believe they did
Yeah.
it. So, yeah. Unless there was any more sneakers you
Yeah.
want to talk
Nah,
about.
the Kobe pack is crazy. Nah, I'm good on sneakers.
Yeah, so we can get right into the NCAA thing. Listen, I'm gonna just open this up for you. The NCAA just had a settlement, and we thought it would be interesting to talk about.
All right,
So
so
yeah,
we all know that the battle between athletes and the NCAA has been going on for decades now. Like it's just been a thing, a uphill battle, if you will, that they have been fighting for a long
for
time.
sure.
Starting in 2021, they officially like broke headway with NIL deals and players actually starting to be able to get paid.
Sure.
And we've seen just over the course of the last 4 years how that's kind of turned into more than probably what they could have foreseen to be, as far as like now instead of NIL, or excuse me, along with NIL, now we have collectives,
Right.
which is just entities that are made up of boosters who also pay kids as well.
Sure.
And so some kids, because for the most part, what people don't understand about NIL, like NIL is when companies reach out to you and use your name, image, and likeness for promotional purposes, and then you get broke off by that, which usually could be players that you are familiar with, such as Reggie Bush, Tim Tebow, Saquon Barkley, Johnny Manziel, Cam Newton, like all of these notable names that you can remember in a college uniform, and basically being profited off on by their name, image, and likeness. Terrell Pryor, you know what I mean? And now that you have collectives, you can now have everybody on your team making money. Like the collectives will take care of everybody on the team to make sure they have money, along with when it's time for recruiting, you might be a 5-star athlete, one of the top in the state. Cool. Our collective group might reach out to you, you know what I'm saying? Make sure you have everything you need to be taken care of to come to our school.
Sure.
So it got real messy, you know, but at the end of the day, like that's always been the name of college sports. But now, excuse me, it's official because there has now been an official settlement worth $2.7 billion that's been approved for college sports, and now players can officially be paid directly from their college for whatever sport it is they play.
Okay. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Now, I'm pretty sure there's still going to be collectives. There's still going to, and the NIL still stands.
Of course.
But now they've been able to, for the most part, try to control some of it. And by control, like now, each team gets a $20 million cap.
Wow.
On the roster.
Wow.
And they choose to pay players however much they want out of that cap.
Yeah.
Which is great because I think Texas had somewhere around $20 million. I could be wrong on that number for their roster last year. But then smaller schools who also compete on the same level as these Power 4 conference schools, you know, they may only have $5 million or just not even the type of booster base that can support their program, like a Texas, an Alabama, an Auburn.
Right.
You know what I mean? So for example, if we're talking about me getting an offer from Marshall University, and then they may not be able to give me no more than my scholarship and maybe, I don't know,
a little small stipend.
Let's just say $110,000. You know what I'm saying? You sign here, we'll give you $110,000. Everything else taken care of by your scholarship, this, that, and the third. Well, shoot, if USC come calling my phone and they got $5 million for me, and I'm one of the top players in the country, cars, business opportunities, and on top of that, they're paying for school, it's almost a no-brainer whether that's my dream school or not.
It takes away the competitiveness.
100%.
And we spoke about this on previous episodes. Where
super teams across the NCAA.
It's going to be 5 teams, and that's it. And the rest of the teams just aren't going to be able to compete. So giving them a salary cap to at least work with is, I think that's huge. I think it's inevitable. It's going to look more, as far as the financial side, it's going to look more like professional sports as time goes along until it's almost identical. Because how else are you going to manage the money and keep things competitive? So I feel like this is inevitable. They had to come in and do this. So that's dope.
Right, starting with a $20 million cap, and then it raises each year. So this deal starts in 2025, and it goes all the way to 2035. And the cap for teams could raise as high as $33 million by the end of this contract.
Oh yeah, it's gonna raise.
So there are new roster limits. That's going to replace scholarship limits for each sport, but schools are granted scholarships. They're granted as many scholarships as they're like, as they like, but the team sizes are limited.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, they got to do it.
So yeah,
Because they'll recruit you just to hold you.
Exactly.
So
now I want to see what stipulations may come into play with these players in these schools, because players transfer before the semester is out, or
the
even
bowl game,
before within a month. Like, bro, I seen one player, I won't say his name, but I seen one player that was in the portal at the end of this season. Bro, he might have touched 5 campuses.
Oh, listen.
And we're just now starting summer workouts, and he just got to another school.
I feel like they're gonna try to put some parameters on that, because I feel like it's
too wild right now.
Exactly. It's extremely it's excessive to transfer not even finishing a season. Like, I get it if you don't play, you ready to transfer, just you can't finish the season.
I just want to see, well, actually, I want to see that as far as how they're going to add structure to the transfer situations and money situations for these kids in schools. But I'm also interested to see pretty much how it's gonna pan out for dang, I lost my train of thought. But yeah, I just want to see how it's gonna pan out just overall, because so $20 million cap on the team. Let's just say minimum everybody getting $100,000. Sure. Like, how are you gonna control these teenagers across the country with this type of money? Bro, first of all, if you go to, I forgot what school it is, but whatever school you go to, it's one of the Midwest schools, like maybe Oklahoma, Texas, like something around that area. Bro, when you go there, bro, like the car dealerships have deals with these schools now. So like, if you one of the top dogs on the team, you get to drive a Lambo.
Yeah.
But of course, it's all promo for the business and all that, and you give it back. But at the same time, like, so you tell me I signed my letter of intent, go to college, I'm one of the top players in the country, boom, got a couple M's, boom, got a Lambo, boom, I get to get my apartment off campus maybe, unless they got freshman rules where you got to stay on campus. But either way, like, it's on and popping as soon as I sign this paper. And some guys can't even handle being the guy and then getting all that stuff.
Listen, they was doing it anyway. Let's be honest. You was getting taken care of a star players.
But now everybody, like, it used to be that would show who's really the guy and who's just a part of the team.
Right.
Well, now this is how the team is rolling.
Right.
And I mean, well, first of all, the recruiting stage has been changed completely. Like, it's you darn near got to come into college ready, because a lot of schools aren't even taking high school kids like that anymore.
Yeah,
so
the portal.
The JUCO route is going to be more common these days than it was ever before.
Absolutely.
So
the portal changes that.
You got to be ready, bro. Especially football, basketball. Like, you have to be. Girls too.
Exactly.
Girls too. Like, you got to be ready.
I feel like this is
on and off the field, mentally and physically.
What it's going to do is it's going to separate the students who are serious, versus those who aren't serious.
Because we're talking big money now.
For one, it's only a small percentage of the thousands of kids that's playing that's going to make it to the league anyway. So if their heads on right, if they use this to their advantage, it's going to set them up. And they don't have to go to the league to get that boost, because, like, let's be honest, a lot of guys who make it to the NFL, they're not even going to get maybe as much as they would have got in a 4-year college career.
Shador missed out on bread by getting drafted late, and he could have stayed in school. I think he could have stayed at Colorado this year and got 7 M's or something like that.
Easy. But he ain't worried about the money at this point. He's not.
No, I'm just saying for
100%.
People who miss out on money by
let's
going
think
next
about
level.
Arch Manning. If he wanted to transfer somewhere, I'm sure he can get a crazy deal and play for 4 years rather than go to the league.
Who came out? Somebody. Cooper Flag. Cooper Flag made, like, I think close to $8 million last year.
Yeah, exactly. First of all, he signed with New Balance already, so he's already a $20 million man anyway.
That's crazy. But New Balance got a couple people on the roster. Like, they got Murray. They got
Kawhi's on there.
Yeah, Kawhi. So they got a couple people.
Cooper's I just think it's only right. And if he wanted to go back to college, he would have got a big bag too. But he wants to be an NBA player. For sure. The sooner you get in, the more you can get prepared and get ready. But I think it's good for college. It's going to allow players to think, like, should I stay or should I go? Because college basketball or college sports, well, particularly basketball, because football, you got to stay for 3 years. The college basketball side of it is we don't know these guys. We don't know nobody. We don't care. We have our teams, But as far as the individuals not being there for 3 and 4 years,
I wonder if Cayenne
that
might get a
affects it.
bag.
Yeah, of course he's gonna get a bag. First of all, his father is who his father is, so he's gonna have an advantage of getting certain deals. He might be Team Jordan, he might be Team
Oh,
Nike
yeah, that's
off the
true.
rip. So him and Mike they super cool. If I'm Carmelo, I got a big platform. I got a lot of ads and things that I have access to. Of course, I'm gonna put my son on it. Because say my son might not be a Hall of Fame player.
I'll be forgetting about the Nepo thing.
Yeah, you gotta do it.
Is not bad. I'm
You
just saying in
gotta
general,
do
like
it.
I still be looking at athletes sometimes as kind of like pre-2010 where a shift kind of took change in basketball and like some other sports that aren't necessarily football, like maybe midway through the 2010s, but
Right.
like just the gritty type players who really don't have to, like that's not what we watching these days. We watching a lot of superstar athletes or athletes who've been in the league. Now their kids are coming up. Like that's
yeah.
what we're starting to see now.
Oh yeah.
So
for
you
sure.
know, like kids are like you said, they'll come into deals kind of through that pipe a little bit, which is still
Shador and
fine.
Shiloh, yeah.
I don't have no problem with it. I'm just saying
I feel like you got to do it.
I'm speaking on what we're used to just seeing in general with these athletes.
You got to do it. They have to put structure and parameters
as it
around
should be
this.
done.
They have to, because if money's involved, this is not amateur sports no more. We can say it's amateur. It was already involved anyway, but now you can put some rules and regulations on what you can and can't do to just monitor the money to a degree. Put a salary cap, even the playing field.
They
you have
definitely
to do it.
they created like an organization who's going to keep track of all of that as well.
You got to
NIL
do it.
money,
You got to
collective
do it.
money.
You got to do it.
How much schools are paying. Like they're going to keep track of all transactions.
Yeah, you have to do it. You have to do it. So I think it's a good thing. And it'll look more and more like whatever the professional sport is. Basketball, football, baseball,
It'll level the playing field, like you said. Because
lacrosse players have no professional sport. Now they're going to be able to get a little bread. The swimmers and everybody else is.
Well, and by little, it really is a little. Because even in the articles, it said, like, it's mainly going to be for the school, the sports that bring in the most money.
Of course, and it's only right.
Basketball, football, and then men and women's basketball. They'll get the bulk of it, of course.
It's only right. So, but the trickle down effect to where it affect all sports for them to
that's how it is in schools in general
and survive and not necessarily be
even at our school. Like our school is bringing in mad bread, so we was able to get like the side gym that we got senior year and a couple other things.
The money is it's not just a bad thing. It can be, but it's not only a bad thing. So yeah, that was good. That gonna conclude this episode. Any closing remarks? I think it was a good one, solid one. We'll hopefully be back next week, man. If nothing changes.
Hallie, I want to see what you got in the bag tonight, bro. I was about to say this week, but I want to see what you got in your bag tonight.
I mean, they're going to play this week, too.
By the time we link, I'm about to say we should be on... It should be going into game 4 by the week.
Right.
By the weekend.
Within a week, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, appreciate you for listening. Like, subscribe, tune in. See you guys next time. Might have a post-credit scene. We had a lot of conversation previously. Might be a funny clip in there. So be on the lookout for that. But we out. Damn,
shorty mom had a stroke?
Who?
Brittany